Hey there gamers! Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the exciting world of video games. In today's video, we have something truly special for all the post-apocalyptic enthusiasts out there. As the world crumbles and civilizations collapse, these games will immerse you in thrilling dystopian adventures. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon to stay updated with the latest gaming news and reviews. Trust me, you don't want to miss any of the mind-blowing post-apocalyptic titles that are heading our way in 2023 and 2024. So, without further ado, let's dive straight into our list of 14 upcoming post-apocalyptic games that will get your heart racing and your mind wandering in new dimensions.
Ambition. Do you hear it? It's restless. Ambition requires men to feed upon. It also needs time, direction, and sacrifice. But for every man who fulfills this calling, there are thousands left with nothing. It's them who knock and open the door to hell.
On December 24th, 2030, a global blackout occurred. The world lost access to electricity and consequently, the internet and communication. A global conflict followed. Treaties were broken in a matter of hours. Guns, medicine, and food became the new currency. Governments fell, and economic growth ground to a halt as survival and protection became the sole necessities. Struggles for dominance continued for years, as ordinary citizens battled against famine, disease, nature, and each other. But various groups still attempted to salvage what humanity they could, creating enclaves of survivors. We soon discovered that a few of our emergency satellites still worked, and with a bit of tinkering, we were able to connect them for communication. We used this to our advantage, locating other survivors around the world who had discovered the same method. Their suffering was no less terrible than ours, but their spirits were just as strong. Once the conflicts had calmed down, survivors started returning to the cities to revive a normal lifestyle. This was a mistake. Law had been abandoned. Justice was subjective. Bloodthirsty, merciless gangs ruled the streets and could only be fought with mutual intensity. But we knew we had to fight to restore peace, to restore civilization. We knew we had to venture forth into the nightmarish remains of our past and attempt to stabilize the world. And this is what we did.
I was attacked while on a job. I got hit in the head, and when I woke up, I was in almost nothing but my birthday suit.
Here's your bolt.
Why the hell would I need a bolt?
Take a look around.
Crap.
Door! Open the door!
I've got nowhere to go back to, Herman. Over and out.
A couple of months ago, I couldn't even imagine that I would end up here, and all this would happen to me. This freaking island can wipe out all of humanity, and I'm here to make things right. But first, it's time for dinner. What a mess. I hope there's finally something fresh on the menu tonight. Oh, here we go. Let there be light. And here come the first customers. Enjoy your meal. So, how do I start my day on the island? Just like any other normal person does. I love the smell of the forest in the morning. Nothing invigorates you better than a jog in the fresh air. Living my best life. On my way, I stop for groceries. A hearty and balanced breakfast is the foundation of a productive day. Usually, the selection is not too diverse, but sometimes you come across real delicacies. By the way, I cook breakfast for myself. I have to improvise, but it always turns out finger-licking good. Afterwards, I drive to work. You have no idea how wonderful life is without traffic jams. There, I do my routine stuff. Trying my best not to get into any trouble. Finally, I'm home. You know, this is the only place where I truly feel safe. Sometimes I overdo it a bit, and then I need a small repair on myself. My insurance is expired, but the service here is not the best either. The day is coming to an end, and my faithful yellow friend and I are heading out to grab dinner. And here we are, the next link in this crazy food chain. Who's next?
Long ago, humanity flourished under a highly advanced civilization. However, the war between two opposing civilizations has destroyed everything that humanity had to offer. As the war raged on, highly intelligent mechanical weapons called Titans were created, and the Titans' overwhelming power only served to accelerate the ongoing war. The all-consuming war brought about the invention of the catastrophic weapon, the Black Disaster, and was launched due to a scheme from unknown personnel. As the Black Disaster fell upon every continent, humanity was met with the Great Cataclysm. The black fog that was released from the Black Disaster for centuries consumed countless organisms across the continents to extinction and mutated those that survived into terrifying beasts called mutarians. After the Great Cataclysm, humanity survived in high mountains or underground shelters where the fog could not reach. Civilization regressed, and resources were scarce. The only option for humanity's future was to rely on technology and resources from a bygone era. The resources could only be gathered from the abandoned lands shrouded in the black fog. Mercenaries were recruited to risk their lives to gather these resources. The hostile Titans and the terrifying Mutarians were not the only threats lurking in the abandoned lands. The mercenaries fought amongst each other to seize limited resources, and the abandoned land soon became an epicenter of violence. Venture to the abandoned lands and seek resources to ensure the survival of humanity, and return alive.
They say 1,000 choices lead us to where we are. That changing one tiny detail makes no difference. But 1,000 tiny details. Yeah. That might make you someone else. Someone worth fighting for or against. Or someone who doesn't fight at all. They also say it's the journey, not the destination, and that I can agree with. Being dead's hard to fix. But everything before that, I reckon it's down to courage, good luck, and the sheer bloody mindedness to keep putting one foot in front of the other, down these broken roads.
There's been so many of them. Too many. And I remember them all. Sean was the first. He volunteered for his grandson. He was brave, but he just didn't look out for himself. He was always trying to bring more supplies. He'd do anything for his family. And that's exactly what got him killed. Then it was Chris's turn. He was precise, careful. He remembered Sean's mistakes and didn't want to end up like him. But his cautiousness became his weakness. When the time came to fight, he decided to run. And that's how he met his end. After that, we sent Marcus. He was strong, and he got stronger and more experienced after every run. He did a lot of good, and he was proud of it. He wanted to show everyone that he could do even more. He wanted to become a legend. Then one day, he overestimated his abilities. It was a big mistake and a devastating loss. Richard was smart and obsessed. He treated every run like an experiment on himself. Mutations. They made him faster, stronger, more resilient. He was playing God. By the time we realized it, it was already too late. And one day, he just wasn't human anymore. But they didn't die in vain. We were evolving, learning from our mistakes. And there were plenty of other brave souls, other heroes, who ventured into that terrifying world, not for themselves, but for others, for mankind. Even I was one of those who risked it all, who fought, who made it back. And maybe one day, I'll end up on the other side of that wall for good. But the things I've learned will help the others, those like me, and those who will come after me, those who will fight for our future.